stand before members of Parliament today to simply welcome you to this third retreat. The first retreat happened during your induction in Mombasa. Then it was agreed that we'll be having annual retreats thereafter. We had one last year, specifically between 26th of January and 31st of January, a time like now, just to forge forward on the business that will be transacted before the House, to bond, to meet again, to tone down politician, and you're elected to do certain things by the electorate. Delivering the fifth session agenda and preparing for transition. We are conscious, Honorable Speaker, that we are actually preparing for transition because we have 560 days only remaining between now and the next general elections, or precisely 80 weeks. And as your administrator, I have a duty to keep reminding you, to keep reminding us of the time remaining between now and the next general elections. When you're newly elected, it looked long. It looked as if 5 years is long until you start working it. We have barely 1.5 years to go. And part of those 1.5 years will actually be a campaign period. So the only session we have to actually complete the work that you are elected to do, and the work of this Parliament, is this session. Because the next session, which will commence early next year, a number of things happen. One, we normally start the last session of each Parliament early. Instead of coming back in February, like you are coming back this time, for the next session, you will resume in January. Around January 20th, a time like this, the House will have started. That session is normally the shortest, because by June 15th, and this time we are planning around June 18th, the House will do a senior day recess so that you are able to go out and campaign. We learned from the lessons of the 10th Parliament that when we hold members back to do parliamentary business, while your colleagues, your competitors on the ground, we disadvantage you. During the term of the 10th Parliament, the likes of Honorable Kimunya, Honorable Jeru Ndwiga, and others, they remained in Parliament to finish the business of the House and the Executive, but their constituents were not very kind on them. Walisema ni wabunge wa Nairobi. So we learned that moving forward, we will always try to release members early for the last session so that you can attempt to get your jobs back early enough. In this regard, Honorable Speaker, the House comes back early for the last session. We fast track key businesses only. Budget policy statement, division of revenue bill, county allocation of revenue bill. If there is any additional allocation to go to counties, maybe we fast track it. A finance bill, and any laws or regulations relating to elections. Those are the items that we facilitate, that we prioritize for the last session. It means that everything else we need to constrict it within this session that starts now. It's the reason, Honorable Speaker, that we petitioned you, and we are glad that you agreed that we have this meeting once again, so that we look at the business that needs to be done this session. It's also going to be very short. So, Speaker, the last time we were here, there are a number of things that were agreed that we ought to do. Part of them was that we need to start modestly relooking at the rules of procedure, what we call the standing orders. The job has started in earnest. As usual, we have started with officers sitting down, looking at the rules of procedure, officers in procedure, officers in committee, our legal counsel, the physical analysts. That's the job they are doing now. Part of the things they'll be looking at is a committee system. it will be called, Honorable Speaker, that we split the Public Investments Committee from one committee into 3 committees at the beginning of this parliament. The idea was to try as much as possible to bring to current the examination of audits of our parastatals, which number over 250. Part of the assessment that we will be conducting is whether that system has worked. Have the committees chaired by the distinguished member for Pokot South, committee chaired by the distinguished member for Navaholo, Honorable Wangwe, the committee chaired by Honorable member for Butula, have they done 3 times the work that used to be done by the previous PIC when it was single? Sorry, Bumbula, sorry, member for Bumbula. Thank you. Have they done 3 times the work of the previous committees, the PIC as we knew it before? This is because there is a sunset clause in the standing orders that the current arrangement of splitting PICs will come to an end at the term of this parliament, and we go back to a single PIC. If the House deems it fit to extend the term, given the performance of the 3 committees, then so be it. But it's only fair that that is done given the scorecard of the performance of the 3 committees combined. Mr. Speaker, we'll also be looking at the petitions committee to see whether the split has worked, as opposed to having petitions being discussed by the various departmental committees, as was the case before the standing orders. Mr. Speaker, we will also be looking, as part of this session, at the part on private bills, not private member bills, private bills. We have a part in our standing orders which does not seem to sit well given our current constitutional dispensation. We have a part called private bills, an imagination that a private individual can introduce bill to Parliament. Yet, our Constitution, under Article 109, provides that a bill may be introduced only by a member of Parliament or by a committee. So that's the part we are going to look again, so that if there's need to retire it completely from our standing orders, we retire it. We have learned, Honorable Speaker, that impeachment process, removal of persons from office, we need to codify it in our standing orders. Because our Senate has perfected the art of impeachment, given the practice of impeachment of governors, the Senate has already codified the impeachment rules in their standing orders. Therefore, it becomes very easy. When every time we are faced with a motion for impeachment, we always go to the Senate and to borrow a leaf, and also the Speaker's rulings. In this Parliament, so far we have had about 2 motions for impeachment of cabinet secretaries. One reached the floor, the other did not reach. We have had impeachment of Deputy President. We have realized that it's time we codify that practice in our rules of procedure. And that is going to be one of the things that we introduce as an annexure. We have the rules. What we don't have is the rules as part of our standing orders. Mr. Speaker, in December, sometime in November, December, last year, the court granted National Assembly jurisdiction that the National Assembly was said to have neglected. That is jurisdiction with respect to approval of measures on taxation imposed by 7th of December 2025 where the court ruled that even where the East Africa community, even where Council of Ministers sit and decide on taxation matters, on importation, sitting as ministers of East Africa community, because they are, in respect to Kenya, non-elected officials, their decision needs to come to the National Assembly for consideration and approval before coming into effect. Mr. Speaker, we were parties in court in that matter. We were tiptoeing. The judge asked our counsel, why have you neglected over the time the work to be done by East Africa community? One by East Africa community. Why would for probably ahead of the finance bill so that they can become financed, Honorable Speaker? They said that to gain jurisdiction, you protect jurisdiction. That's one area that they called to us, and we should actually protect it. Honorable Speaker, the other thing that you agreed in the last meeting is that, Honorable Speaker, the other thing that you agreed in the last meeting is that we will start working honestly with. This is your scheme. It is contributory. You are 47,000 from your payslip, commencing contribution, and the balance is a buyback. We have started. We are working on it. There is a team that we are working on it. There is a team that was established by the Commission and approved by the House, and there is going to be a subject on how far we have gone and any new measures that we need to put in place so that after. The Speaker, there was the issue of the security, which you agreed last time, and we are going to discuss it towards the end in a closed-door session. You also agreed last time, Mr. Speaker, that we have an open communication channel with Kenya Revenue Authority, NSSF, and SHA, so that we improve how constituency offices are run, but most importantly, the delivery of services to the people of Kenya. That resolution has yielded fruits, Honorable Speaker. And when we have the Cabinet Secretary for Health coming before you tomorrow, you'll see how it has yielded fruits. With respect to KRA and SSF, I wish to report that we are doing far much better in constituency offices than we were doing before. Now we have an office of KRA stationed in Parliament. We have the officers from KRA stationed in Parliament throughout to assist on returns, KRA returns for your constituencies and also for individual members of Parliament and staff so that we can comply, because Parliament is one of the key taxpayers in terms of income tax. Going to the program, Honorable Speaker, before you, Honorable Members, you have a program which is 45 pages. It's a 45-page document. We also have a small book that is on your table that speaks to the work done by the House during the term of the third session. Not fourth session is the one that is coming to an end. Third session is the one that ended in February 2025. That one is ready. It's a booklet that you can study. It shows the work done by the House during that part of the session. In terms of program, Honorable Speaker, permit me to take members through the program the next 3 days. 23, which is in the middle, sorry, number 20, page number 20. The program shows that after this opening session, we're going to have an interaction on political parties regulation, and thereafter another one on electoral management preparedness. This is very deliberate. On political parties regulation, we're going to have a session with Mr. John Cox and his team. John Cox is a registrar of political parties. Bwana Cox, karibu sana with your team. The next topic will be about the electoral management and preparedness. We have invited the IBC, the entire commission, and their secretariat. It's very deliberate. It's because we know in the next 560 days, we are going into a general election. All factors held constant. So we want those two entities, the Registrar of Political Parties and the IBC, to prepare members in terms of what is the legislative support you would want from Parliament. What is the financial and budgetary support you would wish to ask from Parliament as one of your key stakeholders? The question of delimitation of boundaries, it is still out there. This is a place to speak about it openly. Mr. Speaker, we were advised previously that it is not good to amend laws relating to elections when you are too near elections, because you make it difficult for the referee to prepare for elections given the changes in law. And therefore, we hope that we'll agree on way forward in terms of any legislation, any amendment to law, any regulations that the IBC wishes Parliament to do, and we agree on a timeline so that they have a headroom to prepare after the law has been changed or amended. Mr. Speaker, there are three matters that are still very core to the people of Kenya: the health of the nation, economy, and education. Therefore, you instructed, Honorable Speaker, that in the program, we ensure that we are going to have the Cabinet Secretaries for Education tomorrow. Thereafter, Cabinet Secretary for Health and his team from SHA and the level 6 hospitals, if possible, and the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury. So in your program for tomorrow, tomorrow is largely reserved for engagement with your Cabinet Secretaries, together with a discussion by our Chairperson of Budget and the Chairperson of Finance Committee and the Chair for Committee on Public Debt. Permit me to go back a bit, Honorable Speaker, to today, that after we finish with the electoral management process, we are supposed to have a session on legal issues affecting the National Assembly, where we'll speak about NGCDF and GAF. There is also the matter of data protection. Initially, we had hoped that we do data protection after we finish with CDF and GAF. But we'll be requesting, Honorable Speaker, that we reorder so that we start with the data protection as plenary, then go to CDF. When we are doing CDF, our distinguished 47 members of Parliament representing the counties will retreat to a separate room to discuss matters of GAF with the PS Wangombe and her team. We'll be requesting, Honorable Speaker, that we rework the program along those lines. The topic on data protection, Honorable Speaker, is also very deliberate. We realized we are getting a lot of intruders into our website, social media pages as an institution. When we are doing the finance bill of 2025, we got some intruders and were able to do certain things with respect to protection. But at individual level, members are still exposed. our police station is still dealing with instances where phones of members of parliament, just like any other Kenyan, have been hacked, their social media pages, and they are impersonators. So we have called an expert called Mr. Gameli, who had a discussion with members during our KEPSA retreat, so that he can sensitize us on these dangers and what we can do to mitigate and protect ourselves from this kind of exposure, because cybersecurity is here with us. Mr. Speaker, on Thursday, I've spoken about Tuesday, Wednesdays for CSS largely. On Thursday, Honorable Speaker, it's going to be a session for members only. We have reserved days as usual for the last day. It is the day to speak about the progress of the things that we have achieved with respect to welfare, the post-service medical scheme. Distinguished member for Waraka will take you through it. The bill by Honorable Makali Mulu, member for Kitui Central. We were asked to do an actuary was commissioned to do certain things on it, and we'll be reporting about it. So that's a day reserved for any welfare or in-house matters. Therefore, we'll be persuading you to leave any questions that you have on welfare for that day, Honorable Speaker. We have somewhere in the middle tomorrow also invited the managing trustee for NSSF, because there are changes that were made to the NSSF law in the last parliament, but which are coming into effect this parliament in a phased manner, so that the MT can also apprise you on those changes and the likely impact of the changes on the payroll, even, and what to do, Honorable Speaker, and most importantly, what the NSF is doing to secure the funds of pensioners. Honorable Speaker, in a nutshell, that is a program. We have invited a group of exhibitors to exhibit. Our constituency and county office, they are exhibiting outside. They have attended, so that should you have any issues relating to your constituency office, the time to resolve it is now, instead of waiting to go back to the capital. Ms. Kamoni is here with her team. We also have Parliament's Human Resource Department, which will also be doing certain HR matters, including the important thing of updating records of our beneficiaries. You don't know how important that is until it is needed. And most of the times it is needed when it is not possible to get you. So, Speaker, we also have SHA, who will be exhibiting outside. The NTSA, National Transport and Safety Authority, will also be exhibiting outside matters of driving licenses, number plates for yourselves, for your drivers, and any questions relating to NTSA for the people that you represent. NSSF also is exhibiting any matters relating to NSSF for the people that you represent. The pensions for the people that you represent that may be stuck at NSSF, they have a tent outside, Honorable Speaker. KRA, any matters relating to KRA, they are also outside. Given the experience of last time, we have also invited the current hospital to exhibit, do the usual tests on us as usual. They are doing it on pro bono basis, Honorable Speaker, as part of their CSR. As I come to an end, Honorable Speaker, allow me to introduce the senior team from Parliament that is with us here today. We have the person who is in charge of the program, Deputy Clerk Sarah Kioko. Sarah Simama, once again. She's the one who has been in charge of this program. And she has helped in coordination of the program. Next to Sarah is Director General, Parliamentary Joint Services, Dr. Clement Nyandiere. Matters relating to medical scheme for members of Parliament, the insurance scheme, Bunge Tower, security, they are ordinarily under Mr. Nyandiere, and will be making a speak about it on Thursday. We normally don't leave the Center for Parliamentary Studies behind, the CPST. Asante sana, Professor Nyokabi, for being with us. indomitable, distinguished Deputy Clerk Jeremiah Dombi. Asante sana, Mr. Dombi, for being with us and coordinating this. We have Directors Kipkemo Yarab Kirui. Thank you. He's also assisting Misara Kioko to coordinate this. We have Director Parliamentary Budget Office, Dr. Muyundo Masinde. Dr. Muyundo, karibu sana. That's a person in charge of advisory on on budget matters. Mr. Speaker, let me say this proudly, that Parliament has come of age. Every time there is budget being done at the National Treasury, we are happy that National Treasury always consults our Parliamentary Budget Office, and sometimes ask for their expertise. And we are grateful for the work being done by our PBO. Director, Litigation Services, Mr. Sheriff Samwendwa. Mr. Speaker, this man may look short, like me, but he's doing a tremendous job. We have over 500 court cases affecting National Assembly and Parliament in general, some against the person of the Speaker, and it is Mr. Mwendwa and his team who always represent us, including giving you advisory on certain matters relating to your constituency and county offices. We also have Director Legal Services, where is Ms. Akama? She's not with us. Oh, Ms. Akama is seated at the back. She likes hiding herself. Karibu sana, Ms. Akama. We also have the Deputy Director in charge of Hansard, Mr. Mutungi. Karibu, Mr. Mutungi. He's also seated at the back. He likes hiding himself. We have the person in charge of catering, Mr. Masonko. Asante Bwana Masonko, the person who improves our catering services. Director in charge of committees, Mr. Chemweno. I haven't seen you today. Chemweno. Okay. Karibu Kipsang. Chemweno in charge of the departmental committees. Ms. Florence Atenyo Abonyo. Hello, Uko. Florence Atenyo Abonyo, Mr. Speaker, is the one in charge of committees called Audit, Appropriations, and General Purpose Committees. She's doing her last phase. She'll be retiring in about 1 month to go, Honorable Speaker, and a time will come for us to request you, Honorable Speaker, in the House to celebrate her. She has been with Parliament for over 34 years. Director Apopo is the director in charge of Speaker's office and also in charge of the leadership offices, also like hiding at the back. It's my height at the back is there. Director Dishon Nyaga, also at the back, Karibu. Mr. Director for Finance, also seated at the back with his deputy, Mr. Meikoki. Asante. Director in charge of procurement, the one who has ensured that this venue was procured in good time, Mr. Malinda, Karibu. Ms. Agnes Kamoni, the most popular name amongst members of Parliament, the girl who sorts your constituency and county issues, also at the back. The acting Chief Sergeant at Arms, Major Retired Bernard Masinde. Karibu sana. Masinde is most likely outside at the moment because he's coordinating matters relating to your bodyguards and their security. And we also have Director in charge of research, Mr. Kefa Omoti. Thank you, Banamoti. Mr. Speaker, that is a team that assists me in administration of the National Assembly. As I conclude, having introduced the program, Honorable Speaker, allow me to leave with this one word, that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children. We are here so that we can do better than we did last time. We agreed last time, Honorable Speaker, that there's going to be more decorum in the House, and we saw that last session, it was better compared to the first and second sessions, that the Presidium will allow more members to speak than before, particularly the members who are serving a first time. We have seen an improvement in that, Honorable Speaker, and that we are going to have less of occasions of the question of quorum being raised in the House. and we have seen great improvement in that, Honorable Speaker. With those many remarks, Honorable Speaker, allow me to return the mic back to the session chair. Thank you very much, Honorable Members.
Another round of applause for our clerk. Mr. Speaker, allow me shortly to recognize the host member of parliament. I think it's very important. Honorable Jane Kihara, stand up. Yes, that is our host member of parliament. And Mr. Speaker, you know Gilgil and Naivasha used to be one constituency. She hived one part for me to represent. So, honorable members, I think the clerk has done a very good job in outlining what is expected in the program. And one thing, Mr. Speaker, I will note, and the difference between other retreats that you've had, is that this one includes transition. And the clerk has already counted the days. I know, honorable members, it's not a very good thing to hear.